The day before yesterday was the 1-year anniversary of Maya's mom passing away. We had our channel last year when that happened, and so many of you were with us then and sent your love to us during that really difficult thing. And of course, the 1-year anniversary was pretty difficult as well, and that's just the nature of grief. That sort of thing happens. However, it just kind of worked out in timing that this gift came today, which is a really cool thing. A friend of ours that we met through YouTube made this for us, and it was inspired by something Jeremiah had shared about butterflies being kind of like the thing that makes us think of his mom, and then lilies being kind of the symbol that, like a memorial type symbol for his son that passed away. So we've seen photos of this, but we actually haven't seen it in person. It just arrived today.
And we've known about it, but we haven't talked about it because honestly I wasn't sure logistically
how it was going to work out getting
it here, but it actually worked out pretty easily.
Yeah. So this is actually a tabletop that Maya is going to build the legs for to go in our garden pavilion, and this is a treasure to be sure. In here I was worried it was going to break.
She told me she was very thorough.
Are you peeking?
A little bit. You want to count to 10?
No, just do it. Oh gosh. Oh. Wow.
That's really so cool. Cute.
Wow.
Man, it looks like it's completely undamaged.
Man, that is so amazing. I am just in awe. What do you think?
She said that she really hopes it'll be an heirloom, like a family heirloom. And I am very confident that that's what this will be.
Wow. Like, I'm speechless. Like, this is just like stunning. I'm sure the camera's not gonna do it justice, but
wow.
I know, I'm just sitting here staring at it going, wow, wow, wow.
I can't even imagine how many hours this took.
Thank you so much.
I really would just like to say thank you to Rachel for putting so much time and effort into something that will be a great point of remembering my mom and being able to tell the stories in the garden and about the butterflies, and I mean just every detail about it is perfect. I mean, she even tied in the colors we used in the window greenhouse to be the filler, so I mean it's I don't even know. I don't have very good words. I'm not that good with words anyways, but even Jessica's speechless. So.
I'm just like, wow. So, you are going to build like legs for that. Do you have any ideas on what you're gonna do?
Man, I've had a lot of ideas, but I told her I wasn't really gonna start planning it until I saw it.
Yeah.
So now that I have it, I'll start going over like what I think I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Part of me wants to use a real natural wood, but I don't know exactly. Yeah, I don't know. I've got a ton of ideas going through my head.
Yeah.
But it's not just, I got to build the base, and then she didn't put a permanent edge on it, so I've got to put a finished edge.
Either way, that is just a super special thing, and I know I get all mushy like on the regular on here, but you guys have enriched our lives in such a massive way. Hey, Mama. Hey, Mama. Hey, sister.
They're getting big. I keep mistaking her for Gerard.
Yeah.
Man, once you see him next to him, you can tell, but
Yeah.
I'm saying like whenever he's not around.
So we've got Gerard out of here. We've got this little pig house down here. The babies have been staying in here. The sister pig has not been messing with them at all. We actually had her separated by the electric fence, but they were both acting really stressed out by it, and she kept coming through the electric fence. Electric fences Many people have great success with those with pigs. We have now discovered, I don't know if it's that the Mangalitsas are so hairy, but they are, if they want to get through the electric fence, they can.
I mean, they're getting out in two different ways. Like, she's just really smart. So the fencing's got these black clips that hold the netting to the post, and she knows that she can put her snout on that clip without touching the wire and scoot it up, which raises the wires up. And then she's got fur on the back of her. It's actually the other one behind me. Anyway, she'll just go underneath it, and her curly fur keeps the wire off. Now Gerard, he literally is jumping over the top.
Yeah.
Which there's nothing I can do about that.
So we actually moved Gerard out, and he's out kind of in the woods. They leave regular fences alone, and we do run a wire around them, so they don't really test it that much, but he's out in the woods. The mamas are in here, and the babies are in here, and everybody's doing okay. Now, we did lose the one we shared last time. He ended up not making it, which is a hard reality, and farming, you guys just encouraged us so much, and many of you who have raised pigs said that it really actually wasn't that bad for a first farrowing to have 7 and just lose 1. So that was encouraging, and we are very thankful to have 6 healthy piglets, which I'm about to show you, and they're adorable. So here are a couple of them. Oh, looks like the other guys are in there.
Now, what are the 3 different colors that they can be?
Mangalitsas come in blonde, which is what we have, and then what's called swallowtail, which is like black backs and kind of like blonde bellies, and then reds. And reds are really rare. And I need to message Kaylee and ask her, because most of these look like, you know, they look blonde and silver, but one of them looks really black. So I wonder if 2 blonde parents can have a swallowtail baby. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. I was sitting out here earlier and they were coming up to me, as long as I didn't move. I'd really like to, you know, socialize them as much as possible. So as you can see, they're like really have gotten sturdy. They're healthy. They're clearly growing. I haven't weighed them. I haven't felt a need to weigh them because they've just been so active and healthy. I've been seeing them eat. She's taking good care of them, and now they're bigger. I've picked them up. They weigh more than they did, but I haven't weighed them on a scale. But you can tell they're getting more sturdy. We ended up with 4 gilts, 4 girls, and 2 boars, 2 boys in the ones that lived. So these are all at this point spoken for. We have another litter that's coming up. So one thing that we've been getting a lot of comments about was their stripiness, which is actually just a characteristic of baby Mangalitsas. When we got our breeding trio, our 2 girls, this is Fanny, and then the other one is Clementine. You could still just faintly see their stripes, but their hair was starting to come in. And then of course when we got Gerard, our boar, he was already 6 months old, so he was already really curly. So their curly hair will come in, but they are striped as babies. And you can see here, this one's a lot darker than the other, so I'm kind of curious to see if she ends up being the different color. Yeah, they're really fun to watch. I sat out here earlier with them for about 20 minutes. They're so curious. Like, they come up and they want to look at you, but if you move or stand, like, they run away really fast.
Yeah, they're still really skittish.
They're skittish, but I'm gonna try to handle them. But Fanny's been letting me pet on her and stuff, which is cool.
She's been really skittish up to this point.
Yeah, she actually calmed down after having the babies. Now, I wasn't out here with her when she had the babies. Nobody was out here, so my track record of missing all the births on my farm this year still holds true. But
nobody was here. I was walking out to do something and I heard, and there was a big old squeal, and I was like, that is not one of our current pigs. And I looked over and I saw them moving around. Yeah. And I was like, oh no.
Yeah, so that's pretty common for pigs. I mean, they don't usually need any help.
Well, it does give me the better idea of how close Clementine's going to be.
It's raining.
Because, well, we're under a tree and it's not going to rain that much. If we need to, we can run back to the pavilion.
Okay.
like I didn't know how close she was because I couldn't tell the sizes for first time.
Mangalitsas are, they're very close genetically to like wild pigs, and you can kind of see that in their face, that they're just a little different than a lot of domestic breeds. And so I had done a lot of reading about what to look for as far as signs of being close to giving birth. And I noticed that it looked like her milk had come in, and so that was really it. But she just never looked super big. We kind of wondered at one point if she was gonna have very many. I was really surprised that she had 7 because she didn't look very big. And the rain came tumbling down.
It's more like a really light sprinkle.
Yeah, it's not heavy. I wanted to show you guys something. I'm almost out of light, but we were walking through the pig yard earlier and made a little discovery. Okay, I think I can venture out here. It's not raining that hard. And so I was walking down here earlier. Jeremiah was out here working, and I looked down and said, hey, that's a tomato, which it is. And actually, so is this, and so is this, and so is this. There are tomato plants all over out here, as well as some squash and cucumbers, it looks like. Here's some more tomatoes, more tomatoes, more. Got some stuff like flowering right here. That looks like a cucumber. Cucumber. I saw a melon plant along here somewhere. So actually, Maya is gonna help me tomorrow, and this ground is really compact. Now this stuff won't be able to bear any fruit in here with the pigs because they'll just eat it, but he's gonna help me dig up some of these bigger tomato plants and move them up to the garden and see if we might get to harvest anything off of them before the frost comes. And I mean, some of them are already setting flowers, so I think the chances are probably okay. If they're smaller varieties, if they're like cherries or saladettes, we could very well get a harvest off of them. If they're slicers, we might not have time for stuff to, they could probably set some fruit and be green, but I don't know if they'll ripen in time. But I don't know, just kind of cool. My plants, my pigs planted me some tomatoes. Possible. Yeah, last year Sarah and Kevin from Living Traditions, they'd had their pigs in this little fenced area, and they moved them out into the woods, into their bigger area, and literally had like an entire garden grow. And I mean, we're harvesting just buckets and buckets and buckets just out of the stuff that grew from the pigs' droppings from eating scraps. Bless you. I wasn't that surprised to find all of these, but I am going to try to move some up to the garden. I thought it was kind of a nice little bonus of my sweet piggies to do for me. Back into the house. There's a little break in the rain. Today was a restful day. Maya worked on the roof all weekend. We did not get a Mondays with Maya video up today because he literally worked on the roof all weekend. Yeah, we can show you guys. That's a good thing, even though it's almost dark.
Well, I mean, they could still see it because it's white. Look at the left. Don't look at the right.
Look at those baby dogs. So yeah, you can see the roof going on here, the metal roof. And of course we have the parts of the roof tarped that don't need to be in the rain. But that's gonna look really cool.
You know, I am super excited about this space, kind of where the mail packers have been hanging out, just because of how much progress we're about to make. We've made a lot of progress about the finish, like organizing and getting rid of just stuff that we haven't used. But then like this fence over here, which is where what we call the side yard, which is over by where the chickens, like this section of fence we're going to take down, and we're going to take out this Bradford pear, which is just going to open this up to just grow grass. And then when we get this old chicken coop down, which is back there, and that tent moved out, and then all the junk's cleaned up, like we're going to have a pretty good pasture that we're actually going to let the goats, the lady goats, have access to once we get the boys out into the field next door. So I don't know, it's just, I was bringing that up because standing up on the roof gives you a different perspective of the property, and like looking out over everything. And like my friend Nathan was up there, who's kind of followed us, you know, been out here and following with us along this whole journey, and he was like, wow, like this place is looking so different and so good. So
it's improving drastically.
Uh-oh, I can hear it.
Oh yeah, that's heavy rain.
You better move quickly. Bear's like, run, Mom, run!
Come on, baby. No, Con's like galloping over. Come on, Connie.
Con, come here.
I think I just got a rain butt drop in the eye. Oh wow, that's good.
Yeah, the goats are already in the barn.
The dogs are like, let me in. Come on, guys, let's go inside. Come on. Come on. Bring it on. Hey guys, what do y'all think of this?
I saw that, Mama.
It's a tabletop for the garden pavilion to have a table. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, that's
What did the butterflies make you guys think of?
Grandma Dana.
Yeah, Grandma Dana.
It kind of makes me sad. A blue.
Yeah, that's the nature of things that make us remember people who we loved and missed. Make us happy and sad all at the same time. Oh yeah, it's pouring out there now. I'm gonna feed these hungry boys dinner and get on with our night. Thank you guys for hanging out with us this evening. Yeah, you wanna come say?
Goodbye.
So we bless you.
Bless you.
Until next time.